okay, I just want to say I got on Instagram for the live Instagram first try. Learning technology. Got on Instagram first try. Oh, happy Friday. Did I really just say that? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's not Friday. It's not Friday. Alrighty. So we know where my brain is today. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you're doing well. I'm so happy to see you. Oh, hi. Yeah, Toby was right here. Come here. Come here, Toby. Come here. Come here. Say hi. Come here. Say hi. Come here. High five. Thank you. High five. Come kiss. Nose kiss. Thank you very much. Yes, we have Toby, my bud. I had to close the window because my neighbor, who is very conscientious about his yard, is out there doing his yard. Thank you very much. Okay, can you lay down now? Toby needs to go to the groomer, but I'm afraid to take him to the groomer because every time I take him to the groomer, the temperature drops and then he has to wear a stupid Christmas sweater. So, never had a dog before that needed clothing, so I don't want him to be cold, of course. Don't lick my ears. I want him to be cold, of course, but I also think I feel very conflicted about putting clothing on my dog. So there's that. So, all right. We've got Neptune in retrograde for one more week, right? One more week, Neptune. And then we should be okay, right? We should finish the year with not anymore anything else in retrograde. So that is going to be nice. So welcome, Robin, Chris. Hello, Daphne. Welcome, Louise. We are wonderful. I'm a little confused about what day of the week it is, but we are doing good. I am so excited to share that we are so close to finishing the online course to have it ready to launch, and I'm just super excited about that for you, for me, for all of us, and for all the people we're going to be able to help with that. And I am very, very, very excited for that. I want to say that as we come into Thanksgiving week, I want to tell all of you happy Thanksgiving. I want to say how incredibly grateful I am to have you in our community of light. I looked at the numbers. Thank you, Louise. I looked at the numbers. I can't believe we're already like almost to 760 something. Just to see the numbers continuing to tick up each week is just really something that warms my heart in such a real way. And I want you to know that no matter what your Thanksgiving plans are or are not, I saw somebody made a post I thought was super appropriate. That is, we are not we're not having certain people at our Thanksgiving table this year so that we can make sure we have them there next year. And so whatever your Thanksgiving plans are, please know how loved you are and how grateful I am to have you in my community of light, in our community of light, that this is all about you. This is all about building you and connecting you to the light, raising your vibration, raising our collective vibration so that we can move forward together, that we can heal the earth. We heal the earth by having more and more people who can understand that love is the vibration that can heal us all. So whatever it is that we're going through, and for all the anger and frustration and confusion that 2020 has brought, understand that it is so much about lifting to the surface the things that need to be dealt with, the things that we need to see, and the things that we need to address in ourselves and in those around us. And when I say those around us, I don't mean, I'm not talking about judgmental. I'm not talking about looking at your loved one going, you did. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about looking at those around us and whether or not that relationship still serves us as somebody we want to have in our inner circle. Is it someone we need to keep at arm's length? Knowing that all things work together for good, and I mean all, capital A-L-L, all, even the shit, all things work together for good. That knowing that all things work together for good to be able to look at the relationships of people around us. And maybe, we've been talking all year long about the crisis of the pandemic and the blessings hidden in it. And if you followed me for even before 2020, you know that this is something I talk about a lot, that there are blessings hidden in the horse poo. You've heard me talk about the story of the psychological experiment with the two little kids, and they put them each in a room, and there was a pile of horse poo in each room, and the one little kid was like outraged. Oh my God, you put me in a room with horse poo. Get me out of here. This is horrible. And the other kid was in the room and just jumped right into the horse poo and started digging around. And people were like, what are you doing? And the kid said, with all this horse poo, there's got to be a pony in here. And so it really just depends on if you're willing to look for the blessings. And so I ask you, are you willing to look for the blessings? And as much as my heart breaks, because I'm a person, I love Thanksgiving, I love to cook, and I don't get to cook on a regular basis. It's not something I get to do. And so when I make Thanksgiving, it is like rolling up my sleeves and spending 3 days just in the kitchen up to my elbows in the potatoes and the squash and the turkey guts and the whole, like, I'm all up in there. And I love it, because to me, it's a part of how I can show those around me that I love them and that they're important to me. And this year, it looks different. And this year, it's so important that we are using different love languages to show those around us that they are important. So we call, we text, we send a note, we just say to them, you are important to me, and I love you, and I value you. And at the same time, we have the ability to look at that situation and go, huh, kind of nice that so-and-so won't be here this Thanksgiving. Or it's kind of nice that we don't have to go to so-and-so's house this Thanksgiving. And it gives us the opportunity to create new traditions. It gives us the opportunity to see things from a different angle, and to see things, to reevaluate those priorities and see what it is that's important. Thank you, Louise. I think we all need to work on this on a daily basis to keep ourselves focused on love and to keep ourselves focused on the blessings. I have been seeing so many people talking about, since this Thanksgiving is different, then rather than creating, a mini Thanksgiving or having, turkey and stuffing alone or just with their partner, to have a completely different Thanksgiving, like a sushi Thanksgiving or a pizza Thanksgiving, a pasta Thanksgiving. And you know what? The rules of what we should and shouldn't do have gone right out the dang window in 2020. I mean, there is no more should. And thank God for that, because we live so much of our lives in I should do this and I should do that. And we put handcuffs on ourselves with that. And so screw all of that and do what brings joy and love in your heart and follow that path. Because when you raise your vibration, you follow the path of joy and love and gratitude, you move forward. And we have this amazing opportunity. And don't get me wrong, it sucks not. Oh, okay. Oh, I pressed a button on my computer. Sorry. It sucks not having those things. But at the same time, it allows us the opportunity to reevaluate and reassess. So I know I just pressed a button on my computer and you probably were like, hey, where'd she go? I'm so sorry. Having this, the rules that just flew out the window with 2020 gives us the opportunity to reevaluate and reassess what's important to us and follow the joy. Follow the bliss, follow the love, because the love is the language of the universe, and love is the engine of the universe. So follow the love. And so as you are going forward, if you are feeling like you want to reach out to someone, do it. If you don't want to reach out to somebody, don't do it. Okay? This whole pandemic has been about helping humanity reevaluate what is important, who we love, how we express ourselves, because it is not a coincidence that we have the pandemic going at the same time that we are having these, massive marches and stuff in the streets. It's unfortunate, but I say all the time about the cosmic bitch slap. The universe gives us signs. The universe shows us little things. I want to show you this. I'm trying to get your attention. Hello, is this thing on? I'm trying to get you to see this. I'm trying to get you to understand this. And if you're still not paying attention, there's going to become that cosmic bitch slap that throws your life completely off the rails and forces you to take a look at things from a very different perspective. Sometimes it's look it up while you're sitting flat on your butt. And that is okay. It sucks in the moment, but that is okay, because those are the times when we finally look at the world and we go, you know what? F this. What is it you want from me? What are you trying to show me? Where are we going? What is this about? And it's in those moments that the universe is going, oh, finally, that the universe is saying, you are listening. You are finally ready to hear me. You are finally ready to connect to us. You are finally ready to move forward in a new way. And so sometimes that means releasing people that we love, but we can love them over there. I can love you. I love you. There are people in my life that I love, but it is not mentally or emotionally healthy for them to be active participants in my life. And so I love them. So much do I love them, but I do not want them in my inner circle. I love you over there. Love them away. And that is all right, because that is one of the gifts that this Thanksgiving has given us permission to say, I want to do something different. Because we get traditions in a family, and you know how fast you can lock into that sucker? Oh my gosh, we switched. Okay, I grew up, my mother would make layers of sweet potatoes and apples and cinnamon walnuts, and sweet potatoes and apples and cinnamon walnuts with the marshmallows on top, and that was what we had every year for Thanksgiving. And I grew up with that, and I loved it. It was great. And then I made that in my married, life, and in my kitchen, in my family, with my kids. And my kids got old enough, and they said, "Mom, we don't like that." And I went, "So what now?" They said, "Yeah, we don't like that." And in that moment, that was gone. It was gone. New tradition, new sweet potato recipe, new whatever. And we tried a couple things, and then we settled on one everybody loves, and a new tradition. And as soon as we found that, the tradition was established just like that. My sister, who I love, my sister is a writer. She's a professional writer. She writes for years and years. She wrote for magazines. She wrote books. She's got books published. My sister is amazing, and she can't read. My sister cannot cook, and so her opportunity to contribute for Thanksgiving is the cranberry sauce, because that's more of assembling than cooking. And we put her on pies, because she can shop. My sister is a good shopper, and she can shop, and she can go to the grocery store and she can buy pies. And I specifically asked her, I said, please get apple and get pumpkin. And then she came to the house on Thanksgiving Day, and we were putting the pies in the oven, and here was pumpkin and peach. And I said, hey, I thought I asked you to get apple and pumpkin. And she said, I did get apple and pumpkin. And I looked at the box, and she said, see, look at the picture. And I said, but look at the words. These are peach. This says peach. So it's a big joke in my family, because my sister, the writer, cannot read. And so in that moment, a peach pie tradition was born in my family. So out of an accident, because everybody loved the peach pie. And so from this accident, where my sister thought she was going to get relegated to ice duty, now we have peach pie every year for Thanksgiving because of an accident. And so tradition can be born just like that. Tradition can be born from happy accidents. Tradition can be born from less than happy accidents. When we allow ourselves to welcome in change, blessings come to the surface. And I gotta tell you, I love apple pie, but I really like peach pie too. So this has been a wonderful new tradition that would never have happened if it wasn't just a happy accident. And so allow yourself to receive what the universe is trying to shift in your life. And so if this is a Thanksgiving situation that gives you a reprieve, amen. And if it's a Thanksgiving situation that breaks your heart, that you can't be with the ones that you love, amen, that they're safe and alive. okay, and hopefully healthy for a very long time. And thank God that we have things like Facebook rooms and Zooms and all kind of things that we can stay connected. Could you imagine if we had this pandemic in the 90s before the internet and before FaceTime and video calling? When I grew up, video conference calling was still something on Star Trek. And now here we are. Here we are. So we say thank you, and we look for the blessings, and we welcome the blessings, and we open the doors wide for whatever blessings the universe wants to and can bestow on us, because they know so much more than we do, because we can see this much with our human perspective, and they can see so much more. And when they start to shift things for us, you can guarantee that it will be for your highest and best good, even if it doesn't feel like that now. And so my Thanksgiving message for you, because they told me I'm supposed to talk about Thanksgiving today, is to stay in the place of love and gratitude, is to stay in the place of positive expectation. Because if we go into the situation, we go, this is gonna suck. And okay, that was me in April, okay? Because I'm Jewish. We do Passover. For me, I get to cook Thanksgiving twice a year because I get to cook Thanksgiving now, and I get to cook an equivalent kind of a big, huge meal with very specific recipes you only eat once a year for Passover in the spring. And we always have, 20 people for Passover, the same as we have Thanksgiving. And so for me, I feel like I get to do that ritual of my showing love and getting my fingers into the food twice a year, in really like stand in the kitchen and cook for 3 days and just love every minute of it. And I didn't get Passover this year because we were right at the shutdown. We were right in the quarantine, right at the beginning of it. And everything was so raw and just so sad and so frustrated and so disappointed. And I did make matzo ball soup, and I gave it in Tupperwares to a few very special people because I wanted them to know I love them and I was thinking of them. And I gave them the soup, and I cried because I couldn't hug them, and I wanted to do more, and I wanted to throw open my house and my arms and to feed them and to welcome them, and they couldn't. And it was horrible. It was brutal. And we have allowed, as the time has gone on, and I know this just drags on, and it will drag on until people get a grip and are willing to mask up and protect themselves and protect others. And so mask it up. Wear the damn mask. Wear it for yourself. Wear it for the people around you. And wear it for every single one of us so that this thing can finally be over. If everybody will just wear the damn mask, we can put an end to this faster than the vaccines. So I got over it because I understood that there were blessings in the shutdown. There was blessings in the quiet. There was blessings in the opportunity to write and to think and to meditate and to take a breath. And one of the things that I know that has really been impressed upon us in this whole pandemic is that we need to slow down. We needed to slow down as a society. We needed to slow down. We've gotten so ingrained to this instant gratification society. I press a button and whatever it is, Amazon can deliver in an hour. That's nuts. We have lost our ability to be patient. I mean, don't get me wrong, I appreciate it. But we've lost our ability to be kind. We've lost our ability to be patient. And we've lost our ability to trust. It's hard to trust our leaders. It's hard to trust the news sources. It's hard to trust pick. And so in this time of Thanksgiving, to remember that, massive introverts have been loving it. I know, Chris. Hi, Katya. I know. My older son is an introvert, and he's like, introverts unite. So that's true. And so there's blessings hidden in it. There's always blessings hidden in it if we are willing to see them. If we are willing that it is all right to just be. It is all right to allow the universe to work on our behalf. It is all right to trust. It is all right to trust the news source. It is all right to trust some of our leaders. When you have one guy that is screaming fire, fire, fire for 4.5 years, eventually people are going to start looking and say, well, where is the fire? And expect that there is one. And so please make decisions that inform you in a trustworthy, truthful way. And I'm not trying to choose a side, but if you follow me, you know what side I feel. But it is okay to trust each other, and it is okay to trust that we will get through this. We will get through this. It will not last forever. Is it going to last more than the year? It's going to last longer than 2020. We'll be out of it by the time it's a year, by the time we get to a year from the shutdown and it's March. Maybe. But I have great faith that by March we're going to see great shifts. And that's where we need to be, is to allow shift and to allow change and to allow the universe to continue to move things on our behalf. And so if you are being held away from people that you love or people that you are obligated by tradition to spend Thanksgiving with, there are blessings in all of it if we choose to see it. We have 8 in my immediate family with my kids, my sister, my brother-in-law, my nephew, and my parents. We have 8. So my immediate family is 8. And I understand that for some people that's a huge Thanksgiving. And for us, that will be the tiniest one we've had in decades. And what a gift that even in our barest minimum, we still will have a patio full of socially distant, mask-wearing people that we love, to enjoy food that was made with love, and to stay in the place of joy and gratitude, and that my parents can be with us, that my kids can be with us, that they're not, usually on Thursday at noon, my older one is flying in from college. This is the first year he's going to be here. He's here already. So, he's been here since March. There are blessings. And so as the universe starts to, that would be nice, Robin. That would be nice. That as we continue to move through Thanksgiving week, I really encourage you to look for the blessings. Even if it's simple as you don't have to sit next to that person this year at Thanksgiving, or you don't have to eat that food that so-and-so always makes that you don't really like, but you eat to be polite. There are blessings. And understand that the universe is always, always, always working on our behalf. Even in the stuff that sucks, they are always trying to move things and shift things for us to be able to see the picture in a different way, because they have so much more information than we do. And the more we lean into them, and the more we can trust our angels, our guides, our loved ones in spirit, God, source, whoever it is that you are connecting to. There's no right answer, because everything comes from source. Everything comes from God, comes from love. There is one source that everything splinters out from. So whoever it is that you are choosing to connect with because it feels most right for you, in there behind the scenes, they are still connected to the one source. So we are all connected. This is where I always come back to with religion. There is not one right way, because there is only the one. And there are all the different ways that come from the one. So when people say, I'm in Mandalorian, this is the way, they're all the way, because all the ways lead us back to love, lead us back to embracing each other, lead us back to the place on the other side when we leave this corporeal form, because the only thing that's waiting for us, the only thing that's waiting for us with our loved ones is love. And if you don't believe me, I encourage you to read some accounts of near-death experiences, NDEs, Brian Weiss's work, Anita Moorjani's work. Every person, Eben Alexander, I love his book, Proof of Heaven. Amazing, amazing book. So many near-death experience stories, and they all will tell you that the only thing waiting on the other side is love. And for the hundreds of people that I have been so privileged to connect with from the other side, to bring forward evidence of their soul's continuation for their loved ones sitting in front of me, whether on a couch or in a Zoom or on a phone, the only thing the messages come through are love, or I'm sorry, or I could have done more. There has never once been like, whoo, dang, it's hot back here. No, it's love. The universe is made of love. All right, having said all that, yes, okay, they tell me it's time to stop. Let's pull some cards. All right, I just pulled this card. It says, beyond the ordinary. Beyond the ordinary. So this is our chakra energy. Where are my glasses? Oh. Chakra energy card. We have beyond the ordinary. And this is going to be, again, in our crown chakra, beyond the ordinary. This is reminding us that just because we're not doing it the way we always did it before doesn't mean it's wrong, doesn't mean it's bad, it doesn't even mean it's less than. It just means it's different. And different is good. Different can be wonderful because through different, we allow ourselves to see a different perspective. We keep looking at the same thing every day in and out, you lose the perspective. You can't eat macaroni and cheese and peanut butter and jelly every day of your life and have your brain expand. You can't. You have to be willing to see a different perspective. And we are definitely in the out of the ordinary this year because the universe is trying so hard to expand our brains. So we allow. We allow. Hello, Claudette. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see which goddess is with us today. Which of our goddesses? I have my goddess book. So we will be taking questions, of course, once we get our cards taken care of so we can make sure to share. I keep looking at Chris's comment about the massive introverts, and it just gives me a giggle. Because I know there's part of me, believe it or not, that is introverted. Ooh, jumpers. And it gives me a giggle. Oh, Parvati. She is the goddess of devotion. We're going to read about her because I don't hold all this information in my head about the goddesses. I find it fascinating every time I read about them. And so I welcome the opportunity. Pretty one. Parvati. She is, it says, true commitment comes from wholehearted living. Wholehearted living. Hey, look at that. Wholehearted living in body, mind, and spirit. When the Hindu goddess Parvati rises up to greet you, she is acknowledging you for your sincere devotion to personal growth. And with the world in so much turmoil, it literally says that, with the world in so much turmoil, it's not easy to devote yourself to higher knowledge and strong faith. But if you are to serve others by being a bearer of love, compassion, and light, you must recommit yourself every day as unwavering in your devotion as Parvati was to Shiva and her goal of bringing peace to the world. Oh my goodness. I cannot tell you how much I love working with the cards because they're just so smart. They're so smart. Devotion to the universe, devotion to love and light, devotion to bringing peace to the world, devotion to loving those around us, whether we are loving them on our socially distant patio, whether we're loving them on a video screen, whether we're loving them way the hell over there. The language of the universe is love. And when we keep our devotion to that, everything else will fall into place. And, you know, don't get me wrong. I am human. I lose my temper. I get frustrated just like anybody else. But we keep our perspective and we keep our intention set on moving from the place of love. Everything else will work itself out. I promise you, everything else will work itself out. All right, so we have our Rebecca Campbell Work Your Light Oracle cards, which are truly my favorite cards to work with. All right, one more time. I think I did 3, but so we have don't I love. Okay, don't dim to fit in. Are you dimming your inner light to fit in? Don't dim to fit in. Stay in your devotion to love and light, knowing that you are not made from the ordinary. You are not of peanut butter and jelly and mac and cheese. You are extraordinary. You are a vessel of love and light, or you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't have found this community otherwise if you were not a person who understood that there is more, that there is something extraordinary, out of the ordinary, crafted from love and devotion to the concept of love and gratitude, and knowing that that is the engine of the universe, and not dimming our light to fit in. And this gives us, I hear you, it gives this back to the whole idea of Thanksgiving and changing traditions, because so many times, especially around the holidays, especially at the Thanksgiving table, because of those traditions that have been born out of years and years of family dynamics, we dim our light to fit in. We get through the holiday instead of enjoying it and immersing ourselves in the process of it, the connections. We just do what we need to do to get through it without a fight or whatever. And so there is freedom in this year of being able to create new traditions and to be able to not dim your light to fit in as you journey through this Thanksgiving week, and staying in that place of love and gratitude. Okay, so we also have Soul Family comes back. We have seen Soul Family pop in and out probably every other week for months. We have seen Soul Family. And this is the reminder, always the reminder, that you are okay. You are safe, you are loved, and you are not alone. This is a huge reminder that you are not alone. You are with your soul family. You are connected. There are like-minded people. There are even unlike-minded people that are in your soul family, because those are the people who push us and stretch us and encourage us to see things in a different way. That you are safe and you are loved. So I love this card because it reminds us that we are together on the journey of creating a better humanity. We are together in that. And then we have our last card is Keepers of the Earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. And so if it wasn't enough that your soul family was standing beside you, the keepers of the earth, the ancestors, the ancient ones who built the planet, who guard over us, the ancient ones are with us. Okay, the keepers of the earth, the people who are, they would have called the Titans, or we would have called them when you go, the records keepers, the people who, they're not people, the energies, the entities, those that are of the elements, those that are the elements. People like, what is her name? Indian goddess, what is her name? Oh, okay. So the keepers of the elements of air and fire and water and earth and wind. These are the originals, the ones who came first, and they are always with us. Not just our human ancestors, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, my great-great-grandmother, all of those, but these are the elementals that are with us as well, protecting us, loving us, supporting us, helping us save our planet. So we remember that we are constantly reminded, especially right now, that we are living beyond the ordinary, and that is okay. We are living beyond the ordinary, and that is not a bad thing, because change comes when we can finally welcome it in, when we get to the point where we're like, all right, I give up. What do you need me to do? That is where we move ourselves beyond the ordinary. We allow change to come in. So even the stuff, no, not Krishna, Kali. Thank you though, Chris. It was Kali who I was trying to think of. We have Parvati, who is with us for devotion, reminding us to stay in that place of love, to stay in the power of love, to stay in the power of love and light. And then again, don't dim to fit in. Again, reminding us that we are surrounded by love, that we should not be true to yourself. Don't be who others want you to be. Be true to yourself. Stay in your power of love and light, that you will be. When we move to this, I want to back up. When we move to this and we understand that these are extraordinary times and it is happening to create change in our world, and we allow the goddesses of love and power and light and devotion to move through us and to help us move to the next planes and the next higher vibration, then we have an easier time when we stay connected to goddesses like Parvati, to stay connected to love and light and to stay connected to our power. We look at things differently when we come to this time of pandemic Thanksgiving, to be able to say, okay, I'm going to stay true to myself. I'm going to stay true to who I am and what I believe, because that is the way that I will vibrate at love or above. And then we are reminded, not once, but twice, we are reminded by soul family and the keepers of the earth that are following us and supporting us with love and with light. We are reminded that they are with us all the time, supporting us on our journey of love and light. So stay in the power of love, stay in the light of love, and everything will be okay. Because even the crappy stuff this too shall pass, and we come to the other side in a place of redefinition, reformation. We are not going to leave this pandemic the same people we were when we entered it. We're going to have a different government in a lot of countries, not just the United States. We're going to have different neighbors, different friends, different priorities. Maybe you don't have different neighbors. I have different neighbors, but different, all kinds of things. We will not be the same people that we were when we entered this time of crisis. And that's good. That's good, because so often we look at change like, and I want to remind you that change is good, because change brings the seasons. And when we allow that change, we allow pruning and we allow rebirth and growth. So change is not a bad thing. All right. So yes, let's talk to some people. Let's talk to some people. Louise, let's talk to some people. Cool. Hey, Priscilla. All right, Louise, a message for you. When we do the psychic medium squares, we always ask you for some context. What is it you would like to talk about? What is the message? Rather than asking, can I have a message for my highest good? Sure, you're loved. Life is okay. It's going to work out. That is a message for all of us for our highest good. We are all being loved. However, if there's something specific you'd like to know about, I do want to talk to you about that. Louise, do you have a dog? Louise, I feel like there's a dog around you. I feel like I like this dog. I feel like this dog is kind of puffy, fluffy dog. But I want to encourage you about some potential health issues with the dog, just to keep an eye on the dog. I feel like maybe a limp or something is wrong with the leg in the dog. And so just to be mindful, and if you notice something like that, do be sure to act on it. This is a great dog that I feel like there's a guardianship energy about this dog. What else do I want to tell you? Also, he's the reincarnation, this dog. I do pick up on animals, but I'm certainly not the animal communicator that Rhiannon is. But I want to say there's a reincarnation about this dog. I feel like this dog has been with you before. I feel like this dog is the reincarnation of another pet that you had another dog, perhaps the childhood dog. And so Louise, that is what is coming in for me. Yes, Priscilla, I don't bill myself as an animal communicator, but when it comes up, I often get animals that come in through spirit. They come in for communication when I'm doing mediumship. That is very common for me to get animals that come in with their loved ones or to come see their loved ones. That happens to me all the time. I do often also get asked to connect with dogs that are around. I don't do it's not like Rhiannon is an animal communicator, and Rhiannon Archuleta, if you haven't heard about her, she's part of our Psychic Medium Squares group. She is a wonderful animal communicator, and that is primarily what she does, whereas for me it's more ancillary. But yes, if you are already working with me and you need some animal communication information, then I'm happy to help with that. Chris Judd, I want to tell you, Chris Judd, what I have for you is some guy, I'm going to assume it's dead to go, swinging a baseball bat, some kind of like a club. Thanks, Robin. Like a club, not like caveman club. But I feel like there's a baseball bat or cricket bat or some kind of a sledgehammer or something. And the thing I want to say to you is all those that have passed over, they have let it go. And all those who are here, still here on the earth plane, they have not. And that it comes to you to choose who you want to listen to. Because the ones who are on the other side, they understand Robin is always on it, they understand the courage and the strength that it took for you to agree to come and incarnate into the person that you are now with the trials that you have been subjected to allow not just your own soul to learn, but also, and to have those experiences, but also to have the tolerance of the relationships of those around you, and to have the amount of love and compassion and caring that you would have to come into this life and treat people a certain kind of way when your whole heart is saying, I want to treat them a whole different way. And I want to say to you that, because I keep hearing in my head, get over it. And it's not an admonition of you like you're being scolded, but it's a reminder that what is on the other side is love. It is the only thing that's important. And that all the people that we all come into this life, we incarnate with a shopping list of things we'd like to experience in this life. And we make soul agreements with our soul family before we come here that I'm going to be the heavy, and I'm going to be the good guy, and I'm going to be the bad guy, and I'm going to be the protagonist and the antagonist and the hero and the whatever. And the love that comes from our soul family to choose to incarnate in this human form and be the shit in your life, whether it's be the shit or be the shit, takes so much love and so much strength and so much compassion. And so for every person that is in our life that feels like the antagonist, we are the antagonist for someone else. And in the end, when we get back to the other side, the only thing that's going to happen is we're going to get there and everyone's going to be high-fiving and saying, well done, good job, boy, you were a bitch, or you were a great victim, or you were so strong in the face of adversity, or you really allowed those others to grow because of your willingness to play your part. And so what I want to tell you is coming through, and I know this is not evidential mediumship, and I want to give that to you, but what I want to say to you, because what they're flooding me with is, you came here with a job to do and you're doing it, and the others around you are doing it as well. And to allow for that knowledge and that understanding to seep in to help evaporate some of the anger and frustration that you hold, because that contributes to health challenges. And there's the part that that's the part they would like to address. I want to say also there's something about a pipe. I've got this gentleman I said with the club I feel like is smoking a pipe. And also I've got this sort of like almost like an Archie Bunker kind of a chair, like don't sit in my chair vibe with him. There's definitely not a dog. Because when I feel like, is there a pet in that picture? I feel like there is no, I don't want that. I don't like having animals in my house. Dogs are work animals or functional. They're not pets for snuggling. I feel like with this man's energy is much more like a dog as a tool, not a family member, how we would necessarily think of them. And I want to say again to let go of some of the things that are holding anger and frustration and fear and negativity in your heart, because the people on the other side are seriously over there going, you're doing so good, because you are playing the role you agreed to take on as you came here. So there is so much love and support, so much more support than you think, because I feel like you don't believe there is support for you on the other side, and I want to say to you that there is. There's also a grandmother figure who made things for you, knitting something that I feel like I'm making things for you. And there's the acknowledgement of, I wish I could still make things for you. I wish I could still put things on your bed, like a quilt or things that were made for you. So those are the things I want to say and I want to share for you. I would love to have the opportunity to talk with you. I know you and I have the opportunity to talk more about that. So, okay, what else? Who else has a question? What else can I do to support you? We've got a few more minutes, and I am so happy to share however I can. And Robin, thank you truly for keeping an eye on things and for sharing things. Robin has posted my link tree, which is this newfangled contraption that I think is really marvelous. What a genius idea that you click on my link tree and it'll show you all the different ways you can follow me. So you can follow me on my Facebook page here. You can follow me on Instagram, on YouTube. You can follow me. You can even see my Mary Kay pages on there. You can follow me on my website, sign up for my blog and my newsletter. All of these things will be at your fingertips by simply clicking on Linktree. And I appreciate it so much because Robin was the one who introduced me to Linktree. So why don't you have any energy for months? Oh, my darling. The reason you don't have any energy for months is because some of our heaviest planets have been in retrograde. And our planet has been suffering from a low grade, sometimes mid-grade level of depression. And humanity has been crying out. We are in the midst of a global pandemic, and it is sometimes easy to forget and sometimes impossible to forget. And that all of these things are really pulling on us in such heavy, heavy ways. I will say to you that things like B12, B6, holy basil, depending on your age. If you're in your 40s, these things are herbal supplements that can really shift. If you are someone who is strongly empathic and you are being affected by all the stuff around, many psychics will tell you they swear by taking B6 because it really helps balance out that energy signature in the body. And I know when I don't take my B6, it definitely, I feel more depleted. Also, as a woman of a certain age, I can say it helps with water weight. And as we get into postmenopause and things like that, B6 has been very helpful, but B12 has been very helpful. The things that we have been accustomed to in the past, pre-COVID, are not going to work now. And so if you maybe would like go for a run, it may not give you the same runner high or whatever that you would have had before because the energy out there is so different. And the energy out there is heavy. It's heavy and it's electrically charged because you have people who are out there going, oh my God, please wear a mask, please don't let me get COVID, please. And they're full of fear and sadness and anger. And then you have the other side of the people who are like, COVID isn't real, I'm not wearing a mask, you can't tell me what to do. And they're also full of anger and frustration. And it is toxifying our air, literally toxifying the energy that is out there. And so when we go out there, it's like, oh my gosh, it is difficult. And so taking vitamin C, taking the B6, taking B12, all of these things can really help you to sort out the energy of others that are around you. I'll tell you also that I love things like opalite. I love things like opalite. Opalite's a happy rock. Opalite, the spirits are really called to it because they think it's so pretty and they'll come and hang out. So if there are positive spirits that you'd like to have around you, I find opalite to be a supercharged love stone. Also, this is, of course, selenite. We know how cleansing selenite can be. This selenite was bought in White Sands, where selenite comes from, and it was infused with love by very, very dear friends and soul sister before it was sent to me. And so I keep this on my desk always, and it just really helps to change my energy when I need a little boost or a little pick-me-up. I have my love rock, my selenite that is filled with love. So crystals can be extremely helpful. Also, if you're dealing with anxiety, kyanite is a great, I love this because we just filmed the crystal section this past weekend for the online course. And so kyanite is a great crystal for dealing with anxiety. So you may find that you need a little of that. Feeling your father around lately. You know what, Lake? All of our relatives, they all come. They come for Thanksgiving. They come for big family gatherings. Whether you're gathering or not gathering, they come. Shh. And there goes Toby. I don't know where you're going, Dad. Do you need to go down? Come here. Come on. All right, go on. There you go. Climbs down my back. Our loved ones come. I have these amazing memories of every time at Thanksgiving to see all these people sitting around my house that are not corporeally there. Every time I go through the Jewish holy days, we go to the Jewish holy days, I can literally see all of these people from centuries and different outfits and generation after generation of people sitting in the synagogue who have come to be with their loved ones in the time of prayer and the time when we are most thinking of them. And so this time when we are most thinking of our loved ones and our family that we can be with, we cannot be with, we are more available to hear them, and they know it. And so his message for you, Lake, is that he is around all the time. It's not that you're not hearing, but his message is, don't think I'm just here now. I'm here all the time. He's with you all the time. And there's something about new shoes with you. There's something about, I'm not sure if you have gotten new shoes or because I feel like the shoes are somehow connected with work. If they're work shoes or running shoes or some kind of new shoes, but he's with you all the time. You're noticing him more, and what he's trying to get you to see is you're just noticing me because you're thinking about Thanksgiving and whatnot, but I'm here all the time. I'm always with you, and you can always lean into that energy, and you can always feel that love. That's a choice to say, I'm opening myself up to feel you. I'm opening myself up to receive you. And don't forget that even though we like to say, oh, just your imagination is a powerful tool. Imagining that they are with you will help bring them to you. So even when you're, our ego is so, inclined to say, oh, I'm just imagining it, stop. Because you're not. Your loved ones are using your imagination as the portal to get to you. Allow them in. You're normal. You're normal. Yes, Katya, you are absolutely normal. So, all right. Well, my friends, I hope that this has been helpful for you. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for not just for being with me today, but for being part of our community and showing up week after week, and for sharing our community with your friends and family and your loved ones, and welcoming people to join us in our community of light. I want to tell you how much this time together means to me. You all are a light to me. I am coming up to the 1 year anniversary of the death of my twin flame. It is not an easy time for me, and to be able to share this time with you, fire away, Princess Samantha, to share this time with you, it really truly warms my heart, and it helps remind me, Lake, that he is with me always, and it is difficult for me, and but having a higher purpose of sharing time with you and being able to help you all, anytime we can do something that is external, we take that focus off of ourselves, and we really can shift the energy that way. So, Princess Samantha, welcome, our new friend, welcome to our community. Thank you so much for being with us. If you want to type in your question, I am very happy to answer it. In the meanwhile, I want to say again, thank you for being with us, and join me on Wednesday for meditation, for some learning some meditation practices that can help you as you go through your day and your week. We're going to be talking, of course, on Wednesday about gratitude, and would love to just to wish you all a healthy, safe, joy-filled, gratitude-filled Thanksgiving. And whoever you will be with or not be with this Thanksgiving, there is blessing in it. If you allow, there is blessing in it. I'd like to see how is Nicholas feeling about me today. His date of birth is 1984. Okay, so let me see. How is Nicholas? So Samantha, I feel with Nicholas, there's like there is a real sassiness about this energy, when I feel into this, there is a real, like a sarcasm to him. And I want to say I'm feeling much more pulled into the energy of James, almost like he preferred to go by his middle name than his first name. And I want to say that there is just this sassiness to him, and it's a little snarky. And yeah, of course he does. Of course he does, because he too sticks around you a lot. And there's something, do you understand something about gooey? Something about gooey. Yes, he does. He does love you, but something about something gooey, like something sticky that you like were touching. I'm not sure if it was like you were cooking and you had something in your hands and something sticky, but he's talking to me about something gooey was on your hands that was like, and he's laughing about it because he thought it was so funny because you were more like ew, and he just thought it was so funny. So yes, there is so much love. There is so much love. And then there was and there's something about I want to say about pinching your butt. So just like a little love pinch on your butt. So I don't have any information about Snapchat, but I'm going to leave you with that, and I hope it is helpful for you. And I want to thank you for sharing. And something about, I feel like maybe a motorcycle or something with like black leather or something like that. Oh, there you go. That's where the black the black leather is coming in. Okay. Well, we're gonna leave it there. Thank you for sharing. There's 2 thumbs up on the sexy picture though, definitely, and there's definitely like my stomach is rumbling like I'm hungry. So you take that how you want it. But I want to say thank you. I wish you all from the bottom of my heart. I wish you a safe, healthy, joy-filled Thanksgiving. Please know how much you are loved from people on this side, from your loved ones on the other side. You are so loved. They are with you. They want you to know that they are with you. They are sending signs. So please don't just brush those things off to like, oh, it's just my imagination. Please welcome in those things. Thank you for being with. Thank you so much for sharing me. Thank you for being part of our community and light. I love you. I appreciate you. God bless. Be safe. Mwah. And I will see you either Wednesday or next Monday. Have a joy-filled day. Have a joy-filled Thanksgiving. This too will pass. Stay in the place of love and above. Stay in that love. Mwah.